Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. In the last video, I got really annoyed at a pinball machine. And we also found ourselves in this secret little area in the hidden compartment in the Whirling in Rags. Now, we've got ourselves a cheeky little elevator. We're going to head down or head up and...
The elevator stands open, inviting you to step inside.
Head up, I guess. Let's go. I'm really curious about this. No idea where this is going to take us. Okay... Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Oh, hello, what's this? Oh, empathy and hand-eye coordination. Not bad. That's a sexy little jacket. I might actually wear that. Those are stats that I don't think I've got huge points in. And it looks pretty cool. It looks like I'm about to flash someone, actually. But other than that, pretty cool. I look more like a cop anyway. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now.
This says a lot about society.
The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
This used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
He taps his foot.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Whirling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all that's left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
What if it's all connected to the pinball mafia? You just don't know these things, Kitsraggett. You can't write it off, I'm telling you.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
You're doomed, Gart. You're doomed.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this.
Alright, cool. Some shoes, footprints.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Also, I don't know if I talked about this in this series or only in Spider-Man, which I'm also recording at the moment, but I'm in immense pain. My head is killing me right now. So it's gonna be a chill episode. I have just taken 4 painkillers. Well, 2 ibuprofen and 2 paracetamol. So I'm hoping they're going to kick in soon. But I'm actually in more pain than I was 10 minutes ago, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Just where's my drug-addled neuroses? Come back to me. I'd rather be that than this. I had a fever dream this morning. It was wild. Anyways, you clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop's floor. Now, if you can see the footprints, assumably that means that someone's been here relatively recently.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or 2.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
Ouch.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
I wonder if I should have my flashlight out.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Thanks. Aww. Good Rocky. You big old flirt. We got 35 XP today. Well, I suppose we've only just leveled up though. What did I level up last time? I don't remember. But we are working on date of birth generator. Oh boy, my head. Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route. Behind Classia's room. In the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
This guy... okay, interesting. I didn't think this would be connected to the case, but that's exciting. Let's have a closer look then. Crouch and study the footprints.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than vamp. The souls have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
He points to the barred door. The print doesn't look like the odd-souled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Doesn't look like the workers' boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Oh, man, it's killing me. In so much pain. This is ridiculous. There's a song I like, which talks about the drugs not working. I can't remember what it is anymore, but it feels appropriate right now. And the drugs don't seem to work. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a
Yo.
man and a woman writhing inside.
It's the...
Bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
It's that suspicious door from the roof. I think I can see into Clerget's bedroom from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
I don't know.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions.
What are those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural.
Okay, I don't think I need this. I have my pry bar ready to rock. Okay, this is odd.
This is the inside of the barred door you've seen before.
Now we know what's on the other side, but what's on the other side?
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Class about this route. See how she reacts.
Clerget.
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction.
Let's unbar it. Very cool. Alright, I like how that all came together. I'm very, very surprised on my part, must be said. Right, Clerget.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I need to talk to you about your room again.
Yeah?
That door there, did you know it leads to a downstairs elevator?
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
It's actually a really nice room. There's something about like a... I guess you'd hesitate to call it a penthouse, given it's like the second floor, but still, it is essentially a penthouse. It's nice. I always dreamed of having like a nice penthouse apartment. I want like a balcony at the very top, you know. That's the only reason. I don't really care about the fanciness. I just want a really nice balcony.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
There were tracks on the floor. They're recent.
Huh. This isn't good.
She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
It's an old pinball workshop, the room back there. This place used to be a pinball arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
And there's a peephole on the other side looking into your bedroom.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
No, it's in the ceiling.
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
The lieutenant points to a window. The unmade bed is visible through the glass.
Okay.
There's a pause as she processes this information.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Yeah. Sorry, I was readjusting my entire body. Not in a fun way.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
We don't know at this point is the best way to go, I think.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It shouldn't be hard to cover with some tape.
If it is recent, who do you think made it?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know.
Kuno.
She does. She must have some idea.
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
You must have some idea who might have been interested in making that hole. That's a sentence and a half, that.
Honestly, I have no clue.
Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
Ah, screw it. You have quite the collection of prescription drugs down there.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
She says without any discernible irony. Clearly not millennial.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
The Anti-Star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
The collection includes Nacra, an opioid antagonist.
Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry.
You seem to have, among other things, Preptide.
Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
Such as?
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Fair enough, that's all as far as that goes on.
Very funky.
She takes a drag, looking you straight in the eye. Other questions?
All right.
The Hardy Boys told us what... I do want to do... Oh, breathing. I do want to do this, but 17% isn't fantastic. I wonder if I've got volition. I maybe can boost it by 1 or 2, max. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts a coffee mug on the table. You don't look surprised.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police.
Could everyone stop bloody lying to me? Initially, the Hardy Boys lied to me, so we went to talk to Clarche, and she was like, well, they lied, so we went back to Hardy Boys. I'm like, well, Clarche lied, so we've gone back to Clarche.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
Okay, rhetoric.
Is it? Something is off here.
Okay, volition.
Shush. I can't hear what she's saying.
You two, keep it clean.
Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Okay.
I am not.
Oh.
There is more here.
I'm sorry, Kim.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
I get the feeling she's on the run.
A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, wine dark in the evening lights.
Wine dark, I like that. What lies beyond it?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's that, folks? Where have I put it? What's that? What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Did it not? Oh, God. Look at this. Look at this madness. And that, I'm not sure we're even going to do. That one with Triumph. I mean, this is with that one we've done. We can go towards the Idiot Doom Spiral. We can go do that. It's crazy. Gotta go talk to Lena when we go downstairs. Gotta forge the signatures while we're here as well. That's so few tasks. It's quite nice, actually.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol. Or even in Oranje.
Or Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Lewsdown County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lew Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lew Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Low's cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
Papalolo!
Yeah. Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me.
I'm sure there are people who've done much worse than that.
Sure. I'm not a war criminal, but it was bad. People lost their jobs. Good people, too, not just C-suite.
I posited this question earlier. Not on video, just in life. You know when you got like a pounding headache and you can feel your vein in the temple kind of like throbbing? When you put your fingers to it and you can feel that pulsing, why does putting your fingers to the vein make it feel better? Is it because you're limiting the blood flow a little bit? That doesn't sound like a positive, but it helps.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
I can see it when... No. What did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
Oh.
She says it quickly, like she said it 100 times. To herself, to get used to the idea, out of guilt.
Not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
I don't either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened, wink wonk.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass.
I'm not sure that's... I was kind of joking, but she kind of went for it anyway, but it's fair enough, yeah.
I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
That's got to be rough. I mean, it's never easy to have someone killed in front of you, but to have someone inside you as they die, whew.
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
It's like instant necrophilia. Instant.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
Then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
Neither did she. Hey! Sorry. It definitely sounds like the bullet was meant for him and not for her. Not only because there's no follow-up shot, but if they're in, fairly standard sort of missionary sort of position, then he is at least half a body higher than her. And she's hardly in prime. You'd wait, wouldn't you? You'd wait for her to move before you go for the kill. It's interesting. The shot. Just read this again. Let me just check something here.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Are you sure you're not making this up? That's wrong. A bit harsh. Just cigarette mess.
Oh,
I'm sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
She immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
I'll point out that I'm doing the main quest right now, so I want you all to be proud of me for doing what I'm meant to be doing for once.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
Instead of fucking around with cryptids.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off. Much more than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
You always get a little bonus for, like, being a little bit more thorough in other conversations. That's kind of detective work, isn't it? It's taking information from one source and applying it to the other source and building off that into, like, a snowball.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
No electrochemistry.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
So I wonder if the shooter came through here, pew, went back. Either they could be on on the other side. Of course, they could be on a building way off to the other direction, or they could have literally just taken this door. Although you'd think that the guy would have seen the shooter if the shooter was literally on top of the building.
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Oh, I want to point out, the last few videos, since I got my new mic, it's taken a little work to get this sound balance correct. The Wave XLR has like a huge volume thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with maybe 20 levels of volume, and I've been messing around with it between videos, and that way I've not had like a consistent volume level in mind for every game. Usually I have a little notepad file where I write down how much to decrease the volume of each game and if I need to increase my own voice and yada yada. So I apologise if the last few episodes have been a bit all over the place. It should be more consistent going forward. I've picked a level on the XLR and I'm going to write down from this video my notepad what volume I want to stick to. Anyways, why didn't you run away from here? As a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full.
Is Sylvie the girl who left because we scared her away and we thought it was because of guard, like really early on in the game?
Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Ruby. Wait, could Ruby be the drug runner? Who's Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The missing Hardy. It's Ruby.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, but I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told.
December traditions. It's funny how many words I can leap off and find a song in my memory. All of the same genre, must be said. Well, I mean, one of those was Ruby. Who's Ruby? Da, 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 da. Kaiser Chiefs? Yeah, and then December traditions is Frightened Rabbit. Really sad. Like one of my top 5 favourite bands, like a folk band from Scotland. Fairly well known, obviously. Backwards Walk was a huge song. lead singer killed himself, actually, a few years ago. It was really sad. Especially because there's a song where he sings about how he's going to save suicide for another day. Anyway.
She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. The idea is so the blood runs down the body, so it resembles a hanging. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
I've just thought about this. It must be a little bit weird to her that I'm literally wearing 2 of the pieces of clothing from her dead lover.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
And where is this Ruby now? Is she in the room with us?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Alright, back to Titus.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Will do, logic. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Definitely suggests he was not here. Probably on the building over there. Did you kill Lely? Oh, we know they didn't. I'm going to ask anyway.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around. Close to her hand. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. When they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
I mean, I don't think she killed him. There's... Drugs are an integral part of your relationship. Perhaps they contributed to its end.
What does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other.
People in Florida take bath salts to eat people. Cliché. Not all drugs are built the same, alright?
I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here. Like what?
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
It doesn't make sense. Why would they kill him, though? And...
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Probably didn't. I've always something to consider.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? Because she was the one who made the initial call. I guess, I think people do this quite a lot, though. And thinking it kind of absolves them of guilt, in a way. Not even in a moralistic way, but in a, if I'm the one who rings, it makes me look innocent to the cops, right? To the point where that my first port of call would be, who made the phone call? Because it's such a common thing. Like, you think, oh, well, I want to avoid it, I'm not going to call them. But people realise that calling makes you look less suspicious.
Because I'm an idiot.
Oh.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Awkward.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravachol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
Okay, drama, calm down. When was the window changed?
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Angus is Titus's brother? Huh.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Like a baby bird. Lieutenant glances at you, then do you want to talk, Kisaragi?
He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality.
I mean, it's not police brutality, is it? Come on.
Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her.
Okay, let me just stick on my dramatic clothing, which I do. I do have some very dramatic clothing. I've got glasses that are +2. Some, no, I don't know. I'm not talking nonsense. I definitely have a +2. Oh, it's the neckerchief, which I'm already wearing. Okay. -1. Where's my drama? +2 at the moment. I swear I can get more than that. If I was dramatic, where would I be? I'd be a YouTuber. Well, that's +1. God, it looks sexy. Also, that's +1 and looks a little bit better. So let's go with that instead. There we go. It's +2. So +4 drama. Nice. Now we're dramatic, folks. Now we're freaking dramatic. Any more than that? Probably not, right? I don't think so. No, okay. Right. It's got to be a near guarantee.
Officer,
92%,
what brings you
baby.
up here in the rain?
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Oh no. I don't know what to pick. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? Devil woman. No, maybe not that. Your real name isn't Klaus Yamandu. What I've told you, you're under arrest. You know, Okay, I think you didn't make that call to the station. Let's roll with that one.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergency's desk number. Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Drama, should I be trusting you right now?
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
She stands before you, holding her back very straight.
Your real name isn't Klaus Amandu.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, it's not.
Good, you can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
Was the passport bullshit too?
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu.
Clausia.
It says Anouk Maya Smith.
I pronounced that J far too much. Anouk Meyer Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Maya Smith, to hurt me.
I'm surprised this isn't updated with a new name.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Where's this boy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
I wonder if we can find it.
It's useless.
Oh, cool. Yep. West of the boardwalk in the reeds. You have to check this boy out.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past the Bergen sewage pipe, right near the waterline.
Tell me your real... Wait, didn't we just get a real name?
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
Oh, no. Wait, what was that? Wait, what? I thought that was a real name. Wait, what? I'm confused. Oh, it's another fake... Okay, so there's loads of fake names going around.
It's a Grad name, Jimsk or Yugo Grad in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, tiger, economic desolation, and rock music infused alcoholism.
It's a really evocative way of describing like a location, and that name smells of that. I'm just kind of filing away little things that I can use in my writing, you know. Hold on, Katarzyna Lazie is not an Orange's name, is it? No, it's not even Mundi, it's Grad.
My parents were Zemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized Oranese. All I remember is Oranje. Alasie is my father's name.
Alasie. It's a nice name, actually. It's quite pretty. Finally, we meet. I'll just call you Miss Oranje Disco Dancer.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
Kim, why have we not... I'm gonna talk to Kim about it first. Why have you not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
I don't want her to get killed.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
Let's change the subject.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
I don't want to arrest her. But I should arrest her, right? There's no legitimate reason not to arrest her. She lied. Covered up a freaking murder. But for very understandable reasons. And my guy might be a detective, he's a lawman, but I'm not a lawman, and like I don't think she should be punished. But you should be punished for lying Should you? Right, so the central question, and it's really, I want to just come at this from a moralistic point of view, because I don't really care about any other point of view, about the law per se. The law is nonsense, in a way, in that I don't care about the law as the law. I care about the law as to how it applies in a moral sense, in the sense that there's some correlation there. You know, the law says murder is bad. I also think, generally speaking, murder is bad. You get me. It's not the law itself I care about. It's how we apply that to morals. So she taking loads of drugs and stuff like that. I don't care about that. That's not a factor. She having the sex with a lad. He gets shot through the head. She, knowing that there are people after her, lies to the police. Well, the Hardy Boys help her cover it up because they know she doesn't want to get into she doesn't want to be talked to by the police. She doesn't want to be in the documents because she's trying to keep herself alive. So they help her cover it up. Oh, and then she helps protect them because they've helped her. Morally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know she lied to the police, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay to lie to the police if you think telling the truth is going to get you killed. You know what I mean? I think that seems perfectly legitimate. Or to protect someone who cares about you. Yeah, I'm not going to arrest her. She leaves. It is what it is.
This window, is pristine on the inside.
We just see if we can do... Well, let's just... I like to... What is going on here? What is this? Kim is like half inside my body. It's very strange. Where's my new jacket? Look at that. Empathy and hand-eye coord. Lovely stuff. And... It's nice when you can largely wear the same stuff over and over again, because it just makes it a little easier for me to swap back to the stuff that I'm looking for. We're looking for visual calculus. I think, yeah, I thought I had glasses that are visual calculus ones. I was actually -1, now we're +1. Sweet. Sweet as pie. It's next time pie. Little pop culture reference for you there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think anything else can have visual calculus. The glasses is really the only one that makes sense, right? Then again, does it really make sense to get... Oh, wait, I mean... Yeah, it shows what I know. Talking nonsense. Talking freaking nonsense, son. Alright, sweet. That's got to be a pretty high percentage.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
How many potential different types of roller dice are there? 1 times 6. 2 times... So is it 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Is that how that works? I think so. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 11, 4, 15, 3, 18, 2, 21. Is that it? Only 21 combinations? Yeah. Because the 6 initially, if you look at it, if you go from... Right, you've rolled a 1, right? So what's the other 1 you can get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. You roll a 2, and it's 1, not 2. I'm doing this as a total, not as a per dice, otherwise that gets much more complicated. But you roll a 2, and then you roll a second dice, you can roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's only 5, because you've already rolled a 1 and a 2. And then you roll a 3, and that goes for the 1 and the 2, if you get what I mean. So there's only 4 combinations. So it's 21, which means I have a 2 in 21. Basically a 1 in 10 chance of failing every single check because of that goddamn thing we picked up.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are 2 neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
This is pretty awesome.
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
I like this kind of stuff, like you use splatter patterns, stuff like that, and you try to work out potential directionality of the shot.
Ending him.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Interesting. So, wait, was there... I mean, she was drugged up. Maybe she just didn't hear the bullet shot. Or if the bullet instantly hit the window... Yeah.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
That guy's a pretty, underneath all the nonsense, he's a pretty good detective. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Her covering up the murder may stop us finding the murderer, funnily enough. So I'm, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them 1 shot.
I guess if it was dark out and there's no lights out here, and they had the lights on inside, you wouldn't be able to see outside. You wouldn't be able to see anyone if they were standing here on this balcony area.
The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Too often I will say something and the game's like, yes, I will say exactly the same thing. Could the shot come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Yes. Oh.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
Look at it. Yeah, these are actually miles away. Look, that's the church. So, I mean, whoever did this, that would have to be a sniper round. I'm surprised there's nothing in the wall here.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
It definitely seems like A prime, the actual roof, is the most likely, given especially that we had footprints, of course, in the dusty room. Footprints from the last 2 weeks in a room that most people obviously wouldn't have known anything about. It does suggest that whoever saw it knew. I mean, how would they get there in the first place if that door downstairs was locked? Maybe they hung the key up outside. Maybe they're the ones who put the key there in the first place. Land's End. I've been to Have I been to Land's End? There's a spot. There's a walk in Britain where you do the longest walk possible, and you go from Land's End, which I think is southwest, to John O'Groats, which is in the northeast in Scotland. It's the longest.
1.2 kilometers away.
Point.
The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent.
As in
Too far-fetched.
they're the two furthest away points from each other in mainland Britain. You see what I mean? The islet.
1 kilometer away. An unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere. On an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, B double prime, B triple prime.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
That sounds like proper police work, detective.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
You can't leap to assumptions. Correlation does not equate to causation. Yada, 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 yada. Oh, that was informative. Alright, cool. Cool.
2 neon-lit shapes. A man...
No, I just want to leave. Oh, right. I was trying to click that staircase there. Of course, that's not what you actually click. Oh, silly. Right. It's quite late. Oh, wait. Okay, whatever. Okay, how do I get rid of Kim? If I click here, I can't because I haven't paid my room. Okay, I need to go. Are you going to make me walk all the way across? Please don't make me walk all the way across. For God's sake, game. How does the fast travel work? I need to get rid of Kim because I want to go to my communist meeting and I feel like he's not going to want to come. So we're going to go west, go to a communist meeting. Well, we're going to go west, get rid of Kim. Hey, Toria, now let's talk to Thingy. Wait, where's her husband?
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
Where's her husband? I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
You're welcome.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
That's our word of the day, folks. We didn't get one the last couple episodes, but ebullience. Ebullience? Ebullience. Oh, wait. It's something. It's obviously a happiness thing. The quality of being cheerful and full of energy, exuberance, ebullience. It's a new one for me. I've got to remember what they were. So it's ebullience, escutcheon, which is the ring around a door key frame thingamajiggy. And I just got really awkward text, so I'm just trying to process that. Literally, as I was Googling ebullience, it's just kind of hit my heart slightly. And I used it again the other day. It's a teacher. It's like a particularly strict teacher. Pedagogue. Or pedagogue. Could be pedagogue. Doesn't sound right. I like pedagogue. It's probably pedagogue, though, given the UE at the end. Anyways, pedagogue.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Oh, probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So who's going to check the traps? I feel like it's me.
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
I want to take it on, but I don't want to take it on with Kim there. He's going to get annoyed. I think I have to turn it down.
I absolutely understand, sweetie. It's for the best, believe me. And thank you for everything you've done for us, truly.
She nods with a sad little smile.
Very strange. You get the sense she wouldn't have let you do this, even if you did volunteer. Why?
That means I probably picked the right answer, because I don't want to piss Kisaragi off. Let you know what's wrong. You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you.
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're on the back foot.
I'm in doubt, sweetie. That's all. Everyone is now and then.
You're in doubt? About what?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
Apparently.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
She has doubts about the cryptid.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
It's kind of sad in a way. And I'm sure she isn't taking this issue with Morel in the way that I'm going to phrase it, but it was this lovely little story she used to have about her childhood and about something fantastical that happens to her. And her husband has now taken that and turned it into a scientific pursuit that dominates his life. Kind of does corrupt that fantastical nature a little bit. Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
I should arrest you for lying. You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too. But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Oh, it's a red check. Oh, 42. Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Let's stretch. Oh, funnily enough, there's a song in mind for that as well. There's a song called Chlorine by Trophy Eyes. About some guy who kills himself in a swimming pool. And it is there's a large portion of the song dedicated to this idea that your memories aren't really memories. As soon as something's happened, it doesn't exist anymore. Like, there's no factual account of it, in a way. Your memories, especially when it comes to memory, like, we'll get into video in a second, but especially in terms of memory, your memory is inherently corrupted and seen through the lens that your brain decides is most appropriate for you, whether that's positive or negative. Even video cameras, it's the same kind of deal. You know, two people can watch the same clip, play the same video game, watch the same film, yada yada yada, and regardless of quality, come away with very, very different perspectives on what's happened. There's no factual anything when it comes to this kind of thing. It's intensely a matter of perspective.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Man, I should have gone for the red check. I thought I might be able to go back to it. I keep skipping these red checks. Not on purpose. Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
It's been a pleasure, Mom.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a
waste of time. A lie. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's raining.
We should go too.
Well, I'm glad before she went, she got to hear me sing. We never found the phasmid. I know I could have pushed for, you know, a little bit more exploration with the phasmid, but I'm trying to not piss off Interrogate at the end of the day. Like, there's a limit, I think. Right, we're going to end it in a second. Let's just get over to the other side of the, I can't even remember how I get there. I think it's this way. Let's get over to the room, get rid of kits, and then next video we can do other things. There's other things I need to do here. Oh, hello. Pawn shop. Why is pawn shop yellow? Scribble between the thighs of a page 3 girl. You tell that I studied French. I did study French, but very, very briefly. I was more into my German. If there's lots of German in the game, you'd see some expert skills on display. I kind of want to go check the trap again, I'm not going to lie. Just for my own sake, you know? It's not this one.
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few lie on their backs with their legs twitching. Still, no phasmid. Poor things.
I'm so tempted. Maybe that's a little true. And we're going to go check, right? We're going to go check. Screw it. One final roll of the dice. Oh, come back. Seems the walker was either very confused or drunk out of his mind. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oh, we need to be over here anyway, because we need to check out the gun locations. But first, more important things. There's a phasmid to detect. Down here, nearly there. We're just going to check this one. This is the only one that I think has the potential. If it's in here, I'm going to be a little sad I didn't pick the option. But hey, best of both worlds.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
I mean, no phasmid, but dead locusts. It's interesting at the very least. It's something. Alright, we'll end it there. Am I going to do this communist thing? It doesn't interest me that much, if I'm totally honest. I think we're going to. It's new people, isn't it? It's something to do. Also, what are we doing for, I've completely forgotten. Oh, the letters. Of course, that's what we're doing. I was just thinking, what are we doing for for what's he called? Everard. The letters, right? I'm gonna put that to the right, so I remember. We'll do that next video. Actually, we'll do it right now. No, we'll do it next video. No, wrong building. This one.
It's getting cold. This late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Bye, Kim.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
Can I exit the shack? There we go. We're all alone. We'll go to the communist meeting just because it's tonight, and I don't know if we're going to get another chance. I don't want to miss out on it. We may as well go do it. So we're going to go do the communist thing. We'll sign the letters, and then tomorrow with Kim, we'll check the bullet thing out and do some other things. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.